Hey, welcome to Good Mythical MORE. We're about to take in some ridiculous commercials for snacks.
Yeah.
Join us.
But first, don't freak out. But puppets have gained sentience.
Sentience.
Sometimes I say sentience. Sometimes I say sentience. But don't freak out because I think either one of them is technically okay to say. Don't freak out. Don't freak out about grammar of all things because puppets have gained it.
But also don't freak out about the fact that all those puppets that you have, particularly, have sentience.
Yeah.
And all the things you've been doing with your hand in the puppet they haven't been happy about, so they're coming for you. I mean to say that you've been shoving your hand.
Hey.
But don't freak out.
What is the part of the puppet that you put your hand in? That's not the butthole.
It depends on the puppet.
It depends on the puppet. Is there a term for it?
I'm sure.
There should be a term for it, just so we don't have to.
Do you want me to Google puppet hole?
Puppet hole.
Yeah, what's the hole that you put your hand in a puppet called?
Butted hole. Puppet. That's a what? I'm not gonna repeat that, Ben.
All right, so we're gonna watch some vintage ads for some snacks. The ads have been discontinued, but many of these snacks have not. So should the ad be brought back? I think it's what we're deciding today.
And it's not hard to bring back ads.
Let's see one.
Okay. Oh,
Okay, there it is.
Okay, all right. Y'all need to sync up a little bit.
What do you want to do, Stevie? You want to play it?
I'm going to tell you what the commercial is for and when it's from.
Okay.
Somebody else didn't want that.
I don't even know how. I
feel bad. I feel bad about
fingies.
You feel bad about saying that Wade Boggs is dead?
What's the item? Yeah.
What's the what?
What's the item?
Oh, the item. Yes, the item for which the commercial is for is the Hostess fruit pies.
Okay.
And it's from 1985. I guess this is when this product actually came out. This is the first commercial.
Fruit pies.
Oh, that was the end of another commercial.
Come and get 'em!
No, Robotech is a
Fruit
show.
Pie the Magician here at the Franklin School. What do kids like best about Hostess fruit pies?
I like the crust best. It holds thin, quite thin. I like fruit. And that tomato's got a lot of fruit in there. I like cherry best. And apples. And
And that says it all. Hostess fruit pies,
What?
Twinkies, cakes, and cupcakes.
They cut-
Fresh snacks with a snack in the middle.
Hold on, those kids are not that cute anymore. Like,
Nope, they're not.
I mean,
they're too self-aware, even at that age. But they cut that one kid off in the edit.
yeah,
He was like, I like this one and this one, and that's enough, child.
he screwed it up. But the thing
You have to
is,
go do your lessons.
those kids, yeah, you're totally right about the self-aware thing. It's like these days, you get kids that are that old and they're like, super good actors, and you can tell that they know it.
They're jaded.
Those kids were just like literally in a playground. They were like, talk about these fruit pies. You can tell. It was just the things that they said.
Or were they really good actors back then? You don't know.
I don't
But is the
believe
tagline fruit snacks with snacks in the middle? I'm pretty sure, was that not the ending tag? Snacks
Scroll it back.
with fruit snacks.
Scroll
in
it
the
with
middle.
The sound up. Here.
Well, I hope that's what it is.
So who is this guy? He
He
said
said he
he's
was
at,
the magician.
he said he was at a Franklin school. What is that?
Oh, like in Los Feliz?
I'm here at the Franklin
Yeah,
school.
probably.
The
The snacks
The kids
with a
can't
snack
see
in
me
the
because
middle.
I'm animated. What is he? A big Twinkie? Is he a snack cake?
He looks like a peanut.
What is he? What did he say he was? Let's hear the beginning again. I'm here at the Franklin School for Gifted Children.
I don't think he says, and I am a baked snack.
Come and get 'em! Fruit Pie the Magician here at the Franklin School. What do kids
Fruit pie the
okay,
magician.
okay.
That's what I told you. He's a
Fruit
magician.
Pie the Magician
He
here.
is
at
a
the-
fruit pie.
Here at the Franklin School. Well, how are we supposed to know it? I know what a fruit pie magician is, of
Newsflash.
course, but I don't know what a Franklin School
Oh,
is.
your kids are not in a Franklin school?
Oh,
That's too late now.
is that a thing?
All my kids are in it.
What? Oh, is that where child actors go?
I really think it is that school that I'm referring to. The Franklin. There is a elementary school called the Franklin School in Los Feliz.
Fruit Pie the
Yeah,
Magician
they
at
were
the
just,
Franklin School.
they wanted to seem authentic because they literally just went to the Franklin School and this magician
In
just
Hollywood.
took a bunch of fruit pies. But first of all, look how small they are now.
Oh my
That's what I want
God.
to talk about.
They've gotten so small.
I think that these are just the mini version.
It doesn't say
But-
mini anywhere.
Do you remember
Snack
this
size.
type of fruit
Snack
pie
size.
that you would get at like
Oh,
the
yeah.
grocery store? I mean the
They
gas station?
They still have them, and they're like that big. And I like the ones
Oh my, this is the
with
perfect
pudding.
size.
My favorite ones have pudding in them, no things. Because I never went to the Franklin School. Would you call him Mr. Pie? Would you call him fruit? Like if you knew him well, you could call him fruit?
Oh my,
You call
this
him
is
fruit
so
pie?
good. Those kids were
Fruit
right.
Pie the Magician?
I like the crust.
What do I call him if I'm a friend of this guy? I just don't know if I could just call
I
him
like the fruit too.
Hey, fruit. Come over here, man.
I like the apple. I'd probably like the cherry. I'd probably like the other flavors that were available, but this is all they cut me off.
You want a mixed drink?
Fruit. I can't believe you didn't even take a bite of that. What are you? Your kids,
I only eat
your kids don't go to the Franklin School. It's
expired things
you're
today,
a
right?
Neanderthal. Okay.
Did not like that snack ad. Brought up too many questions. If you didn't like that ad, you'll love our podcast. It's called
Okay.
Ear Biscuits.
What?
I'm
Oh.
promoting our. Can you just get out of the way? I'm promoting our podcast. Gainway, I'm promoting our podcast.
This week on Ear Biscuits, I talk about the Franklin School and
There's actually a biscuit that walks around in the shape of an ear, and he's like, "Hello, kids."
I'm Ear Biscuit the Magician here at the Franklin School.
that's what Ear Biscuits needs, a mascot.
Chase.
But he has to be a magician.
Of course.
Okay, this one is a KoolAid commercial from the late 1950s.
Did I make it clear though that you could listen
Which
to our podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wherever podcasts are listened to, and then the video version comes out on the Ear Biscuits YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You can watch us talk.
Right.
You want to see a KoolAid?
You can give your youngsters a lot of pleasure with KoolAid. You know it's pure and good. It
Yeah.
has the Parents Magazine seal. And it's so thrifty. A 5-cent package makes 2 full quarts. Just add KoolAid to water with ice. Add some sugar
Okay.
and stir.
For the very best drink you ever made.
That woman could sell me anything.
Now that woman is like a classic sitcom.
She's like
mom.
Mrs. Beaver.
Yeah, is that like
What was her name? I know
Mrs. Cleaver?
Was it Beaver Cleaver?
Not Mrs.
Yeah,
Beaver.
Beaver Cleaver.
Beaver. Yeah, Mrs. Cleaver.
Mrs. Cleaver.
Is that Mrs. Cleaver?
I highly doubt it.
Mrs. Cleaver
I can't
had a
remember.
beaver.
Look at all their hairlines.
Look at the hairline, and you can.
What did she
conceive
say
her.
about pleasure at the beginning?
She said you can pleasure your children with KoolAid.
Let me see hear that.
You can give your youngsters a lot of pleasure with KoolAid.
Pause it.
You can give your youngins what?
You can give your youngsters a
Youngsters.
lot of pleasure with KoolAid.
I thought she said like you can give your youngins over to pleasure with KoolAid.
You can give your youngsters a lot of pleasure with KoolAid.
Well, I believe that.
I think that's the Desperate Housewives set.
Could be.
They've been reusing that in the universe a lot for years.
But she's not desperate.
Remember when we snuck on there one time? Oh, we have some.
Yeah, that's that
Let's-
big.
Let's give ourselves some kid pleasure.
That's that big thing of red juice over there.
I used to watch Leave It to Beaver. This is just KoolAid. We're just gonna drink some KoolAid.
But let's drink it like
Kids who need pleasure.
we've never had it before. Like what is this? It's powder? You just put
Gee,
powder?
Mom, this water's red. The thing
Oh,
that
that's
get
got red number 5 in it, and that's gonna make me
Boy,
crazy.
that is a lot better than I thought it would be.
When was the last time you had KoolAid?
You know what? I may have never had KoolAid. Like the amount of times I've had KoolAid my entire life. When I was a kid, I didn't like KoolAid. I'll put it to you that way. I don't know why.
What? How?
You know why, Rhett? Because they would advertise to you, and then the little kid would wink at you all creepy. Go to that. Go to the winking girl. Look at her.
She's like,
Zach-
oh,
Zach
you
was
know
right.
what's
He's
in
like,
this
I know we're
Kool-Aid.
gonna talk about that
You
winking
know what's
girl.
in this Kool-Aid.
What
Now-
is the relationship between these two girls are supposed to be
They're conjoined.
sisters.
Yep.
Neither one of them has an inside arm. They're conjoined.
Look at those bangs. Do you see how short those are? How short my bangs were that one time. People thought I wasn't
Yeah,
from here.
She's Dutch.
Well, I'll tell you right now, she is nothing sneaks up on her. There's so many places I went as a child where there were just containers full of Kool-Aid. How did you avoid it?
I would choose the alternative.
There wasn't most of the time. There wasn't an alternative except just like sucking on your thumb or something.
Why do you think I'm obsessed with hydration as an adult? Because as a child, I shunned the Kool-Aid. Let's see another one.
Okay, this is for Popsicle Micro Pops,
Okay.
which don't exist anymore.
Popsicle micro.
And it's from the early 2000s.
Okay.
Whoa, Pops! Micro Pops for Micro Licks.
What a run!
What a runt!
Popsicle zone!
Man, that
Nothing made sense in that.
was when the world was starting to just go straight to hell.
I mean, pick any point.
After the millennium, man, that was when we just lost all decorum. You know, started turning our parents into little football players.
What the? What? Why is he all of a sudden playing football?
Well, when you make, I do understand that part. That's the most logical part. If I made my dad really tiny, I'd put him in a foosball
Okay,
machine.
so first of all, he's a dad, which makes him a pop. That's where they got that from.
Mm-hmm.
So they put a pop in the commercial because it's a dad.
Get it.
And then they shrunk him because
Micro
they're micro.
pops.
And then it's called Popsicle Zone. So is that where football comes in? And then he says, "What a run!" And he says, "What a runt!"
Yeah, right.
So we got a pun.
Lots of play on words. We don't have these. Oh, we do have. What
No,
is
we
that?
don't.
We don't.
No, we don't.
That's the next thing.
This is bubble yum. This is the next thing. If
Well,
you're
don't bring it
bored,
out.
this is what we're doing next. Hold on.
No,
Just hold on.
stop that.
Man.
Hold on. We're getting to this.
But
If you can just hang with us,
Like, put it down.
we're gonna get to bubble yum.
did you see what it looked like though? It looked like Dippin' Dots.
It looked great.
I mean, why didn't
Zach,
y'all
show it to
Why
us
didn't y'all
again.
get that? It's the only one I wanted.
Now,
Where can I get that? Hold on.
dog is
Hold on.
huge.
Does that young man have ear gauges? Go back to when he's looking down at his dad. Over the top of the football field.
no, he's just got pronounced earlobes.
Look how big that dog is. That dog's head is 3 times the size of that young man's head.
The dog got big in order to make Pops seem small.
Dog's not even there. Dog is stock imagery.
So the product itself, best I can tell, is the ice cream of the future.
Man,
Why did this not work? Micro Pops.
Man, I want that so bad right now.
It looks like a bottle of acetaminophen. I mean, it's.
Hold on, what kind of acetaminophen? You getting the Neapolitan flavored?
Oh yeah, I like variety.
I think your kids have gotten into your pills again.
Some Tylenol.
Because it should all be the same color. If you open up a thing of
No, some
pills
Tylenol
and it's different colors.
is blue and white
in the same pill,
in the same pill. Yeah.
that's a bunch of
Well,
different
if you
pills.
squint your eyes. I'm just saying, it's ice cream drugs. That's why it's not on the shelves anymore.
Right, okay.
And that poor old man is still very small.
It was worth it, though.
It prolonged his life.
I think SAG just paid him for us having it on the show. He's going to get a check in the mail. He's going to get a little check in the mail.
What about bubble
Well,
yum?
what's next? Oh, yes, it is bubble yum.
Oh, I'm gonna open this.
From
not Gator gum,
1988 with a very familiar face is the tease I have.
This dude is a hunking chunk of easy chewing bubble yum bubblegum. And this is Reggie, a land roving turtle from the islands of Galapagos. Both are big, but only one.
Don't
is
knock
soft.
on-
Big soft chunk bubble yum keeps it popping.
This is a chunk of super soft bubble yum.
Leonardo
bubble gum.
freaking DiCaprio.
Allow Something tube pumping boombox. Both are known for blast.
What?
But all the yum is the fun that never blows out. Big mouth busting bubble yum keeps it popping.
How was he so cool as a child? I
was-
don't understand how he was already cool.
Yeah. I mean,
So the first guy is not somebody that I would know now? Is it just Leo as the familiar face?
I don't have follow-up information, but from my own experience, yes, I do believe that's the case.
Because I mean,
Let's
the first
talk about-
guy, he seemed like he was on something as well. I mean,
I recognize him from something.
he was knocking on turtles. I mean, Tortoises?
Yeah, let's talk about the knocking on tortoise. That just doesn't. I don't think you can get away with that now.
You get kicked. I can tell you from personal experience, you get kicked out of the petting zoo if you do that.
You've knocked on a tortoise. Hello, anybody in there? His head's out.
I didn't do it as a joke, like knocking. I did it like, man, that's hard. And they were like, out of here, sir.
Man, that is hard.
Harder than I thought it was going to be.
You know, you can go to Joshua Tree, and a tortoise might just walk on by you.
You've
And
seen a desert tortoise out there?
They are endangered. No, they're threatened. And this is why. Because they're in gum commercials. Listen, they said, we brought this turtle from the Galapagos Islands. You can't say that. We brought this turtle from the Galapagos, and I'm knocking on it for a gum ad.
Did he really say that?
Yes. Play it.
This dude is a hunking chunk of easy chewing bubblegum. And this is Reggie, a land roving turtle from the islands of Galapagos. Both are big,
A land roving turtle from the island
but
of
only
Galapagos.
one is
Yeah, you don't know. Maybe Reggie got into this commercial on his own. Like, you're assuming that they went to the Galapagos Islands and brought him to be a famous tortoise. We don't know that that's the case.
Seems that's what he just said.
Have you ever seen a tortoise turn itself into a boat? Because I have. If a tortoise gets on its back and gets in the water, it will float, and it can migrate. It can migrate
Straight to a Burbank studio.
to the mainland. No, I think it made it probably to Mexico, and then very slowly. They lived like 500 years. You don't know what Reggie's been through.
Well, he's putting up with a lot of knocking from kids in commercials.
He's still around, I guarantee you
now let's
that.
move to the Leonardo DiCaprio part of this. That was cool.
This is a loud thumping tube pumping boombox. Both are known
Look at
for
that.
blast. But on the yum is the fun that never blows out.
hair got
Big
messed
mouth
up.
busting bubble yum.
Here's the thing. You know, a lot of times you look back at somebody who's cool when they were a kid, and it's embarrassing. You look back at him when he's a kid, and you're like,
Yeah.
he was already
He
cool.
could be in
He
a
just looked like
Tarantino
a
movie.
mini him. Like nothing. He got bigger and older, but everything else stayed the same.
I bet you he's rolling over in his grave with that Galapagos turtle in his ab because he's an environmentalist.
Well, he's
So
alive.
Leo's
He's
also
alive
dead.
still.
Leo's
Wade Boggs
he's buried
is
next
rolling.
to Wade Boggs.
Yep.
Rolling over in their graves. I'm just trying to make Wade feel better by assuming everyone is dead.
Right.
I mean, face it. You'll be watching this video,
And one day he will
and
be.
one day, Wade Boggs, Leonardo DiCaprio,
and
Rex
us.
will be dead.
Right.
But these videos will
Okay.
live on. That's what we're doing, guys.
Leaving a legacy.
We're creating
Really.
things that, like, my grandkids, my great-grandchildren, my great-great-grandchildren will watch me, and this is what I've done with
They
them.
probably won't see this particular part, though. How many episodes
What are
of
the chances?
this show are your grandkids going to watch?
0.
I think they're going to watch a portion of 4 episodes. I think that's how much they're going to know about what we're doing,
Yeah.
just so you know. They might watch this because people might like clip it out and be like, here's where they talk to their grandkids.
Grandkids when they're older, like when they become, when you get great grandkids, I think that's when the grandkids might watch it and be like, you know what? I'm having a midlife crisis. I'm gonna spend my days watching my great grandfather eat expired food on the internet.
Neither of us will live to see our great grandkids because everybody waits to have children now. It didn't like it was when we came up.
I'm assuming I'm dead.
Oh,
Did
okay.
you say when we came out?
Came up.
Oh,
It's like all of
I thought
us.
you meant like you came out
Most
of your mom.
everybody in this room, most people probably knew one great grandparent at some point, right? That ain't the case anymore, man. Everybody waits to their 40s to have kids. They're depriving the next generation of great grandparents.
I knew my
It's
great
sad.
grandparents. I knew a lot of my great grandparents, but they were so old and I was so young that it was scary. Like just their sheer oldness scared the crap out of me. It was just like, oh my God, it's still moving.
I kind of liked it.
I mean, it was. I mean,
It's still moving.
cause I was that. You know, when you're that young, it's like one of your first memories. It's like, still in there?
You want me to knock
let's
on it
watch
or
another
touch it?
one.
Okay, this is commercial for Eggo waffles from 1995.
The entire close.
What?
Where'd it go?
Wait a minute, let's see that again. The Eggo comes up, looking irresistible as ever when...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there she is. Great grandma.
Gold.
Yes.
Style. Even has time to savor the sweet taste of victory. Delicious Eggo waffles.
It's still
Too delicious,
moving.
Still Eggo.
She's still moving.
Wow. You know what?
Man.
Prove me wrong.
Yeah. Hey, listen. You could have gotten to know your great grandparents, and instead you chose to be scared of them. That's sad.
I didn't say I didn't get to know.
My great grandma.
I didn't say I didn't get over it.
Every time I walked in there, every time I went into her house, she was smoking a cigarette and drinking whiskey at the same time. And she would just sit there like this, and she had no teeth. I loved her so much. She was the funniest woman. Mama Johnson. You missed that,
Mama
man.
Johnson.
She's drinking whiskey and smoking a cigarette, and she lived to be 95.
I mean, so a fire-breathing, toothless woman wasn't scary to you
No,
as
I
a young
loved
child?
her, man. And she'd just tell you, she'd give you stuff, give all kinds of, and I did. And me and my brother found a calendar with naked ladies in it in her garage.
She's into that.
I think her husband was, her late husband was.
Okay.
So she introduced me to porn. I love that woman.
Okay, how about one more? This is the last one we have. Coca-Cola from 1961, starring actress Connie Clausen, who began her career as an acrobat in an elephant act in the Ringling Brothers Circus.
Ringling Brothers.
Ice-cold Coca-Cola. There's no waistline worry with Coke, you know. Actually, this individual-sized bottle has no more calories than half a grapefruit.
What?
Another thing, the cold, crisp taste of Coke is so satisfying, it keeps me from eating something else that might really add those pounds. Lively, lifty Coca-Cola provides a welcome bit of quick energy between meals. Makes for a pleasant pause in a busy day. Oh, and remember, Coke is low in calories, too. Say, now, don't you get any thinner.
What? What? Hold on. The
That's
way
just
she
a blatant lie.
Like the lilt,
Blatant
there's
lie.
something in that woman's voice. Like if you had just met
like it.
somebody back in the day, is that how they would have talked, or they just talk that way on commercials?
No, there's a
what is
name
that?
for that accent, and yes, that's how all actors and actresses had to. What is it called, Zach? Transatlantic.
Transatlantic?
Yeah.
It's
Lilt?
It's a little
That's-
mesmerizing, I will say.
Look at
But
this. You want
guess how many calories are in a
save some-
grapefruit?
A lot.
In half a grapefruit is what she said, though.
Half a grapefruit is 52
40.
calories.
Oh.
Because she had an 8-ouncer, right?
This is 140 calories, isn't it? I
Mama
mean,
Johnson had 8-ounce Cokes
150
all
calories.
the time.
But she had a smaller bottle. So we're still talking
Is this a fresh Coke?
Maybe the grapefruits were bigger back then.
Is this like, there's nothing expired about this, right?
No.
Oh, it's good until 2021.
Listen, can I point out,
Let's have a Coke together.
she did all that in one take, y'all. I mean, let's not overlook that. She did that entire ad one take.
And I guarantee you, she didn't do a second take. I mean, look,
One take-
the confidence that
one
she has,
take, Tammy.
and the way that she sits down, and she's like, "Don't you get any thinner?" I was like, "Damn."
Because you know what she was thinking? I'm not going to drink more than one swig of this thing because it'll make me fat.
I remember when I used to think liquid couldn't make you gain weight,
How could it, man? You know, it's like water.
and then last year I read an article on WebMD,
Last year.
and I was like, "Oh, there's calories in water, liquid, not water, liquid."
Check out our one-day-only Cyber Monday sale with deeper discounts, up to 50% store-wide at mythical.com.